This is the GV Podcast, a variety review podcast featuring two of the three idiots giving their thoughts on cartoons and anime. This is an opinion-based podcast, and there's no way we're saying our thoughts and opinions are objective. Keep this in mind and enjoy the show. My doctor said that I'm iron deficient, so I start every day by eating a cast iron skillet.
Skillet.
I'm having a stroke. Everybody run his way.
Duke.
And today we're talking about the second part of Bleach, also known as the 1,000-Year Blood War.
I saw Jinzu messing with his filter the moment you did your stupid dish, and so I'm just kind of hoping that it's like you're trying to make your stroke moment.
It's the mic just completely gets obliterated.
I'm jaking off.
Who's Jake? Why is he off? Don't do that.
So-
I'm too close. I'm too close.
So we've gone from the Son of God to the Son of God.
Yeah. Whatever that means.
Just add a bit of German influence.
Jamin. The Jamin.
Add a bit of German history, between about the 1930s to the 1950s, around that time.
We did nothing wrong.
Add that to, the Son of God.
You get it?
And that is this story.
You get the
That is this
implications?
villain.
You get
That
the
is the
implications?
villain.
You
You
get
know,
it?
German accents make me want to kill myself.
Don't worry, no one actually has a German accent in the show.
I know, but you two are actually German.
No.
But he is.
Well, I mean, I am, but it's been too long.
Unfortunately, if I even try to make a German accent, it's just as close as possible to just
Lanny Pator's.
those. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Lanny's German accent. Specifically, basically, his Onis, or the demons of Hiffle.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to pump you up.
And we are going to pump you up.
Yes, but anyway, bringing it back to Bleach.
German Jesus, yes.
1,000-Year Blood War. How is this good?
Part 2, the separation.
The separation. This entire, resurfacing of Bleach has been so good.
It gets better, but not after your favorite character dies.
What? Mike Guy, what is he doing in Bleach?
I love finding a random character and then turning to him in like he's your favorite character, and you've never met him or anything, you've never seen him before, but just like mentioning a character and turning to you slowly, I mean, he is your favorite.
character. And I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about. Watch this one episode. I understand what you're talking about. He is my guy. My might guy.
So,
Be my guy.
Is he that guy?
when it comes to these two parts, I will say this: they're so damn good that I got impatient and I just finished the story.
Yeah, so Duke just knows everything that's already gonna happen. Did you read Bleach, Jinsu?
No,
You haven't
except
read
for the one chapter where Ichigo's mom flashes her tits at Ichigo's dad.
Fair enough.
it?
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
That was like the one panel I read, and I was like, nice. Anyways,
Anyways, I'm gonna go back and watching it.
I want to go back to reading something else.
Jinzu, I can assure you, final chapter of Bleach is worth it if that's your reasoning for reading that chapter. Is similar, of just
I know. MILF Orihime is probably
God
the best.
damn.
You showed it to me like 1,000 times before I even started
1,000-Year
watching
Blood War?
the show. 1,000 for 1,000 years. I'm bleeding out.
Everybody concerned about 1,000-Year Blood War. We're here for the 1,000-Year-Old Milk War.
We're here for the 1,000-year blood nose
War.
nose blood war. The 1,000-year nose blood war.
Nosebleed.
Nose blood.
But yeah, this area had, especially this part that we're talking about here, with non-spoiler, where I think it brings it back to the original sort of Bleach that you're used to. Like, the first part of 1,000-Year Blood War, it was like trying to also be new, introducing these new things while also trying not to leave behind the old-fashioned.
This is what if the Arrancar arc, the worst part of it, was good.
Exactly, yeah, where where you think that you're about to go back into the old cycles of Bleach, how it always keeps happening again, and you're just like, oh no, the last time they did this, it was bad, but then it was good.
It is interesting seeing the entire cast talk about the Quincy's and how important they were and why their destruction was so necessary and everything, and then. And you just hear about how they were all dismantled and it's
And you're just like, oh, they're just done and over with.
it's like,
now.
damn, you guys really wiped these motherfuckers out, didn't you? And then this out comes around and it's like, oh no, you didn't.
No.
Oh, so they're all gone? They're all gone, right? They're all gone?
Totally.
Fuck you, we're in your shadow.
Yeah. And then it shows off just the strength that they've been amassing this entire time that they've been quote unquote annihilated.
That is one thing I do want to bring up real quick about the whole thing about the Quincy's and where they are residing all this time. I do find it cool and kind of funny of it's literally just like, well, everything casts a shadow. We pay rent there, bitch.
And we're collecting interest.
Well, everything has a shadow, so we just moved to Germany.
I don't know what it is. My shadow, it cast the Third Reich. I don't know, man.
This is a fourth one, you know it.
Oh yeah, fourth anti-Reich.
Well, it's the fourth. It's technically the first if you think about it.
Of the Afterreich.
Post-Reich. Post
Tarot Reich.
Post-Reich stress disorder.
That's great.
Oh jeez. What did you think about this? Non-spoiler, dude.
This story is becoming so good that honestly I feel like Bleach now deserves so much more respect. Not just Bleach, I'll say this. Not just Bleach, but Studio Pierrot deserves so much more respect. As long as you don't count Boruto, they deserve so much respect.
Well,
Nah.
it's the same situation that we were talking about with Dragon Ball and One Piece. How, like, a lot of budget from Dragon Ball, that, like, why Dragon Ball Super looks kind of bad, is because One Piece looks so good. And it literally seems like it's the same scenario where Boruto looks terrible, so Bleach looks good.
That's how it feels of like they ramped up the budget for Bleach while dropping the budget for Boruto.
No one's watching
Or
Boruto.
like like
Boruto.
One Piece and Dragon Ball, that happened of like ramp up the budget of One Piece while you lower the budget of Dragon Ball until Toei finally started making fucking bank. And the moment they started making bank, it was just like, okay, now they both get budget.
Nah, I'm gonna watch Hell's Paradise. Fuck all this.
Oh, have fun. Oh, we finished it. Have fun.
It's not good.
I know.
People are still saying it might be anime of the year for them.
Ugh.
Yeah, and some people like bread and beans.
And some people
Beans
like
on
being
toast.
waterboarded, so
Hey, to each their own, but I'm not gonna have it on my wall.
I remember for the longest time I didn't know what waterboarding was.
You thought it was like a surfing sort of equivalent?
I didn't even like think of what it was. I just heard that waterboarding was like a torture method and that it was illegal and that people should stop doing it. And I was like, what the fuck even is waterboarding? And then I find out what it is and I'm like, oh, I've been doing that to myself ever since I was a child. Just facing the shower head while I'm taking a shower. Why can't I breathe?
It's hard.
man, it's so weird that sometimes I would just have some guy walk in and put a towel over my head and then pour water. It's so weird. Apparently, that's illegal.
I haven't seen him ever since I found out. Like, it seemed like it was a cool thing. He was a cool guy. I miss him.
I
We should
really,
come back and do it again. This is such a...
I miss it on Kiv.
Oh. Was that Russian, or...
Oh, you guessed.
But, so... Yeah, if this entire series... If Bleach got reanimated with this art style, like, from the beginning episodes that we started out on...
If Bleach gets a remake before Naruto does, people would go insane.
One Piece got one, is getting one, so...
Exactly, and
so
people
why
are
not?
already going insane. If Bleach gets the remake before Naruto does, genuinely you will see fucking weeby Naruto fans rioting
It
in
would
the
actually
streets.
it would actually be the best thing, because I was tortured all the way through middle school and high school by Naruto fans, so this is what they deserve.
Yeah, in all fairness. It is weird that we watch this around the same time we end up watching Naruto and get to realize, man, Naruto is kind of the weakest of the big three so far.
From my opinion of watching One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto. One Piece, I think it had the rockiest start of, like, the animation, like, starting out.
Yeah.
Like, the animation and, like, how people talked and all that kind of stuff. I think that was, like, the biggest issue starting there. But it eventually improved, got better, and is now, like, incredibly good. Like, it surpassed so many shows in my mind. Bleach, I never really had a problem with it. My only issue with Bleach was the accessibility, where we we watched it mainly in Japanese, so it was a lot more like you had to be a lot more
First
focused.
few arcs, at least.
Yeah, you had to be there, focused, and like paying attention to it. You can't just have it on and then answer like a text or something like that, or else you'll miss something. It was harder to access it. Naruto, it's the pacing. It is 100% the pacing for me.
We could easily finish it if it was like One Piece, because I'm gonna say this right now: if like people keep complaining about the pacing of One Piece, it's not that bad, like at all.
It's still kind of like subpar though. Like you gotta admit, it's
not the best,
They're
but it's
definitely
definitely
dragging
not the
it.
worst.
They're definitely
It's-
dragging it though.
It's not the best, but the fact that this is a story that you're getting, like what you get, still kind of makes up for it. Of like One Piece is still a good enough story of, like say Mayhem over here who does not like reading the manga. It's a good enough story that the pacing he can fully ignore and keep going for what he wants.
I mean, for you guys, sure, but you know, bad pacing is still gonna be bad
Oh,
pacing.
bad
Like
pacing.
it's still gonna like get in the way, and people are gonna be like, "This is so like."
I'm pretty sure if I catch up and if I somehow catch up to One Piece and start watching it weekly, and then at that point if I start watching like the one episode a week for One Piece, it might hurt. It's like my idea of its pacing and all that kind of stuff. It might hurt it, but here's the thing: is that I would have caught up with One Piece at that point, meaning that I watched all of that to
Yeah.
get to all the 1,000 episodes that are there. We
And
also
mind you-
did skip a lot of. We skip all filler.
Oh, we skip
any,
all filler.
any and all filler.
There's
that,
not really any filler left anymore.
Yeah, that's
like
good.
I'll say, well, where we're in the at the weekly, basically.
Yeah.
The only form of filler at this point is a recap, so that the animators get a break for a week.
Like yeah,
It's been a weekly show for 25 years. Sometimes they need a goddamn break.
yeah. And what do you think, Jinsu? Do you prefer a weekly one episode release or a 4-month break and you get a collection of episodes? What do you prefer most?
The seasonal, by the way, it's called.
Not even so much seasonal, where it's just like a couple of episodes and then the next batch, like batches basically.
I mean, even seasonal animes, they do like weekly releases, but they do spend a lot more time, like animating and like really polishing everything. So it's hard to say because I think it really depends on how popular the show is or the story in question.
Yeah.
Like Dragon Ball needs to be weekly because everyone fucking loves Dragon Ball. One Piece needs to be weekly because it's getting so many views. It kind of needs to be weekly.
Yeah.
But Chainsaw Man is kind of a little bit more niche, so it doesn't need to be weekly.
It's big enough to warrant getting a second season, but it's not going to be weekly. It's going to be when they finish it.
Warrants
Yeah.
getting a movie.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Or if there's like high demand for the show in question, then I think it being a weekly release versus like a seasonal thing, it also really depends on the studio because you
Yeah.
I think either
Mappa.
I think either or is going to be a huge workload no matter what.
Yeah.
It's going to be shit ton.
It's a lot, and it's a lot to keep up with, making sure you don't miss out on things. What do you think about filler?
Filler.
Like, my opinion on filler, to like put it in perspective, is that if it's something that's not made by the author who made the show, like if it's something not made by Oda, and it's an episode in One Piece, I skip it. That's that's my rule.
From what I've heard, there's only two forms of filler that I feel are okay, especially when it comes to One Piece. A good arc, basically, of like the example being in One Piece, there is an arc known as G8, where basically it's this whole thing where Luffy and the crew get mixed up in a marine base.
Yeah.
And it's very entertaining. It's actually very well done. That I approve of. Bad filler is just the fucking worst, you know? There's most filler. And then finally, movies. Movies I'm okay with because
Yeah.
it literally is just a chance for whatever studio and also some of the creators to have fun.
Yeah,
Like, say, Horikoshi, where it's like people have even theorized for My Hero Academia that he just kind of writes for the movies of endings that he couldn't do in the manga.
But I say with fillers that it's just like with that if it's not made by the author, get it out of here. Even though like movies is the only exception for me because obviously like it allows the animators to show off and basically that might be like the part of the reel for taking on a new show or something like that.
Yeah.
What about you, Jinsu? What about you with filler?
You asked me that twice. So it's like it's kind of hard to say because I think if you really want to avoid filler 100% always, then you should always just read the manga. If you that'll alter the source material in any way possible, you want purely what the author put out and like made, then manga is really the only way to do that because manga is the only time where that's like really allowed to happen because
Yeah,
authors and illustrators are or actually I guess it's just one thing, but authors for manga will
Mangakas.
yeah, manga because they're given more freedom on what they can like make and what they're allowed to put out. But when it comes to serializing stuff on TV, you really have to like think about what you're broadcasting and everything.
and dealing with copyright and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, dealing like there's all kinds of like bullshit you gotta think about when you're serializing a manga. But when you like gray area because you have to consider that like people you wanna keep the audience like entertained, right? You want your audience to be consistently like staying with the show.
And you feel like if you don't make it, then that loses their like attention span, and then they kind of just fizzle away.
Or like yeah, like it'll like they'll just like they can easily forget about it and watch something else. But at the same time, having a filler could also backfire and do exactly what you're trying to avoid.
Yeah, in which they'll go, oh, they're not even talking about the main thing. All right, bye.
Yeah, like and like the main reason for filler is when like you run out of source material, to actually put up. I think it's the hardest when the manga and the anime are running at basically the same time.
And I don't like that. I don't approve that at all.
Yeah, I like you can do that, but like it's you have to run the risk of like long breaks or filler or something like that.
Or making some horrendous pacing choices where literally 3 episodes are the same episode.
Or you could have
Looking at Naruto.
or you can have Full Metal Alchemist where it's a completely different story because in 2003 they're like, well, it's either we make filler or we just write our own fucking story.
Full Metal Alchemist, Hunter x Hunter, Hellsing.
Yeah, those.
Just so many things.
One example of a show that like the manga isn't really that big of a deal. It's more so about the anime, and the anime can kind of do whatever it wants because of that. Is Pokemon.
Yeah.
You could argue that Pokemon is 90% filler, and you can also argue that it's 90% not filler.
Like
90% canon, yeah.
the only things that aren't filler are basically just Ash like starting one episode on the road, gym, like
yeah, like you could like squeeze in like few episodes here. I tried doing that. I tried skipping a couple of episodes of Pokemon, and then like the next episode, I would go to like the other episode that I skipped, and then someone has already evolved. I'm like, when the fuck did this happen? And now I gotta.
I feel like somebody has done it before of like make a list of like the necessary episodes of Pokemon.
Oh god.
But then that list got broken the moment that, shit like the last season happened and suddenly they start tying old things back in and it's like fuck.
Yeah, Pokemon's a show you really have to kind of like
It's experience.
If you really want to watch it, you gotta sit down and watch all of it. And if you want to read the manga, it's a completely different story, but it's still really good. I still think it's really good because there's some shit with the anime that they just kind of like don't give a fuck in regards to the source material, which is the video games.
Yeah.
Like when Ash sends out a fucking water type against the grass type, and Brock goes, "Oh, it's because water types are super effective against the grass types," and it's like,
and everybody goes, "Who the fuck is this guy talking about?" He only knows about racks.
What does
this guy only knows how to
do?
this guy knows about rocks and breeding. I don't even give a fuck about his.
He's rock hard. Rock hard.
Jinsu. Oh, what does extreme speed do?
Yeah, exactly. Or like just some bullshit. Or like when in the anime someone
The
will
sprinklers went off, and so I was able to electrocute Onyx.
yeah, exactly. Some wild shit like that. Or you can tell your Pokemon to dodge and they'll dodge, or they can't dodge because they're too tired, or they just don't tell them to fucking dodge, and it just cuts to the Pokemon going.
What was that? Exploding. What was that one Pokemon? Was it Tailo that he had?
Where him and Pikachu had a combined move together, where they had
they became golden.
They have like electric armor or whatever.
I remember watching that episode and being so confused.
I was like, what?
I saw it and I thought it was awful, and just ended the episode. And then I just decided to watch it next week, and I was like, okay, let me never think of that episode again.
But like to kind of talk about with Bleach and filler. Where
we're talking about Bleach.
The main thing is like with Bleach, I think their filler kind of does the same thing as Naruto and One Piece. Like, obviously, they're made around the same time. They're the big three. Obviously, there's many similarities. But with Bleach, they have, like, the one that I remember the most that Duke told me about that was, like, a filler thing was the Zanpakutos, the swords themselves, like, rebelling and that kind of thing. Giving the Zanpakutos a soul? Like, that's pretty weird. I wonder why they came up with that.
Japanese mythology.
Mythology and all that kind of stuff.
Also, they do.
Yeah, and then it was such a... But that's the thing, is like at that time when they've had that arc, it wasn't as big as it's going to be now in Thousand Year Blood War. It was very interesting that something so filler...
Got your ass. Anyways, continue.
Actually, I have an additional point to that.
Yeah, is that basically the filler sometimes can actually help set up something that happens later on? Like, that's really weird.
A little tidbit of information. One of the filler arcs previously, apparently, there is a small part of it that actually, Kubo was able to make semi-canon. So, yes, the filler of Bleach,
yeah, that's the thing, too, is that Kubo, he's such a cool, like, anything I hear
Kubo
about
just
him...
seems chill.
Anything I hear about him, it's just the best. It's always good news, where he's just like, fuck it, why not? Put it in.
His name's tight for a reason, man.
He's tight Kubo.
Like, Jesus Christ. Is that his fucking
that's his
image he
official...
uses for himself?
That's his official picture, yes.
Yeah.
I
but
love that.
that image, is that
He's
supposed
literally
to be
cool
Ichigo,
to
or is
Kakyoin.
that his, like... It's so funny.
And that's the thing, too, is that his way of doing Bleach is just so, like, it's got cycles, so basically, as long as it helps set up the thing that's going to happen that you know is next in the cycle, as long as it's anything that helps with that, he doesn't give a shit. Alright, fine, we'll do that shit.
Dude, Kubo is so fucking cool that when he submitted his story to, Weekly Shonen Jump, it got rejected. And who wrote to Weekly Shonen Jump to say, no, get this guy back now?
Who?
Akira Toriyama.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and Tide Kubo's a really huge fan of Akira Toriyama, actually.
That's
a lot of the manga beats in like the beginning of Bleach follow the same like style of like comic orientation or whatever the fuck you call it as Dragon Ball.
Really?
Yeah, the same style that Akira Toriyama has with his like how he puts everything together and how everything flows to the next panel.
Yeah.
It's very Toriyama like.
Interesting. That's really cool. But yeah, so I really like what Kubo's done with Bleach. From the way that when I started Bleach, I'm kind of going into a whole thing, and as soon as I finish, we'll get to the story. But basically, Bleach at the very beginning, I really liked it. I liked the concept, and it was something that grabbed me almost instantly. I think I wasn't expecting it to grab me that well, but when it did, I was so happy that it's this story that he wants to tell. The beginning of it is where I remember the most. Whenever I think of Bleach, I always think of the beginning. Like, when I think of One Piece, I think maybe of my favorite arc, that's like Alabasta or something like that. Naruto, I think of like just the punching.
Yeah.
Like, that kind of stuff. But with Bleach, I remember exactly at the beginning, and basically the cycles. Like people say that, like I've been saying, the show goes in cycles, where it's like the arc... all of the arcs have a similar beat that they all follow, but I think of it more of like a spring that like goes forward. Like, it loops, yes, but it's different enough that it's still going forward no matter what.
I look at Bleach like a goddamn video game of it may do the cycle, but each time it does that cycle, somehow the new cycle is like a plate of armor strengthening it, and so the cycle gets better each time.
So you're watching an onion get bigger?
I don't know why it popped into my mind, but the first thing that comes into my mind is Asura's Wrath of just like it's all this flare, and it's like, it's probably not that great playing the game, but god damn if it doesn't look fucking cool.
Fuck you, yeah, it's gonna look awesome.
That's Asura's Wrath is the example of just like, it's just press button,
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in the game, it's fucking Asura going ham on this dude's finger and then exploding a man the size of a moon.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
What about you, Jinsu, with the cycles of Bleach and that kind of stuff?
I kind of don't like that it's like each new arc kind of just feels like the last arc, but a little bit different.
Yeah.
I think that's only really relevant though with Arankar arc and then the rescuing Rukia arc. I think those are the only times.
Those are the major two that are like the very obviously
yeah,
plays on each other.
It's like, okay, we gotta work our way in. Okay, now that we're in, we gotta work our way through the Iran cars. Okay, now that we're doing that, now we gotta fight the big bad. Okay, now that we've done that, you lose your powers. Okay, now that we've done that, you get your powers back again for the next arc.
Yeah.
We say repeating like storylines, but in all fairness, it's repeating story elements.
Elements.
That's what it really is.
Yeah. That's the more. That's the much more focused definition of
Right,
it.
right.
Going in and saving the main heroine sounds like a repeating storyline where it's like, oh great, we got to do this again. But the circumstances in order to save Rukia are completely different from the circumstances to save Orihime.
Every time I hear that statement, the circumstances of one's birth is irrelevant.
Shut the fuck up! I am not Mewtwo.
It is what you do with the gift of life that determines who you are.
I understand.
So
Let's get into the story. Let's get into the
So
story.
hands, baby, Yuhaba, what the fuck?
So
They're yours, my friend.
Duke always takes
Opening
notes.
Minute, literally the opening fucking minutes of this show is Yuhaba's birth, I guess.
Well, yeah, it gets very weird,
just shows-
and the whole Soul King stuff with Yuaba and whatever the fuck the Soul King is, it's just Brooke. It's just Brooke. That's my headcanon now, but until I meet the Soul King, it's just Brooke.
You've seen the Soul King on several points.
Yeah, I watch One Piece, yes, I know.
But yeah, no, so I can also mention like tidbits of like information that I've learned. It's not even in the manga. Tidbits I've learned outside the manga about the Soul King.
Sounds like filler to me.
No, sounds like novels that Kubo wrote and then went, fuck, I wish I included that in the actual story. But, so, getting into it, apparently it's this whole thing of Yuhaba, like, it shows him being born and all this different shit. This horrifying image of just this baby that turns into Yuhaba, while all these hands are carrying him up a mountain.
Becomes old man Goo Goo Gaga mother.
Yeah.
The little baby suddenly goes, fucking just grows 6 feet tall, gets long ass hair, a mustache, no beard, but mustache.
Hell yeah.
Goes right in on showing us like what's going on with the Quincy's right now. Uryu is named the successor of Yuhaba.
Yep.
Like right off the bat, we get to hear like, okay, there's the successor of Yuhaba, all his power, all this stuff. We'll go to him. And
Sasuke
it's Uryu.
Uchiha?
I just like that's such a weird thing to me. They always it's the afterlife. They're the Quincy's and all that kind of stuff. Yuabaha's this immortal guy. Uryu, you're gonna be a successor. What?
Why me? Cause you're there's my notes here.
Supporting character.
Apparently, each Quincy is based off of a different religious aspect of something. Like obvious ones, there's one guy that's literally just based off of Norse mythology. Very
yeah.
obvious ones.
Yeah, Thor.
Do you want to know what Uryu's is?
Is it not Christianity?
Well, it is Christianity, a very specific part of Christianity, though.
The Inquisition.
Conquistadors?
Who would fight Jesus?
The Romans.
Sam?
A very powerful god-like character? You know, fucking Satan or the Antichrist?
Oh,
Yeah.
Lucifer.
Uryu is supposed to be basically Antichrist.
Huh?
His
That's his whole representation.
religious aspect.
Huh?
Of opposing the leader of basically Christianity.
So the rival and one that stands against the pinnacle of this one religion over here. He's
Yes.
literally the exact opposite.
He
of
is
rival.
the antithesis. Yes.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yes.
Oryu's the Antichrist. What part do you not understand? We hate him now.
Yeah.
Huh?
So anyway, we move on. If everybody's upset about this, I'm like, fucking come on, the new guy gets it, and then you see Bambi just go like, no man, this is bullshit. You come to my new room now. I'm gonna fuck you. He's like, huh? Okay.
Wait, Bambi the deer?
Bambi the woman,
There's a woman character that is very bushy and
hot as hell, comes in and just grabs this guy, brings him to her room, and it's just like, you will make
Procreate with me.
No, it's you will make me no longer mad. And he goes, madam, yes, madam, and goes in. And like before you see anything, it's him going like this, and then you see him again with his arm down and cross-eyed as he's bisected, and her zipping up her jacket.
as soon as she's done, she kills them because Kubo was just like, I need another crazy bitch.
And that's also the point when we get all her friends coming in and just like, oh man, you did it again. And we see that.
Oh, you!
Oh, Quagmire.
She's got the two hot friends and then the two worrying friends.
Who else but Bambi?
Basically. Yeah. And so Ichigo has begun his training with, in particular, the Squad Zero captain.
With Rukia's cheeks.
As
What's his name?
As
no, those got taken out of the.
Yeah.
They got removed in post.
No cherry peach ass for you, man.
No! I will get this someday.
Your favorite girl from Bleach is Rukia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mainly just first impressions, where she just came in and was just like this little shit that like knew everything. It was just like
Yeah.
but then the entire Soul Society arc,
It's her being serious and
wistful.
yeah.
And I was just like, yes. Meanwhile, Orihime, hello, you're too easy.
Airhead.
There it is. I looked up his name because I wanted to make sure I got it straight. Of my favorite character, Ichibe Hyosube,
Who was that again?
the Squad Zero captain.
Oh yeah.
The Squad Zero captain is this bald dude, and also one of the most badass motherfuckers.
He's a cool guy.
I wanted to read it.
The a very interesting thing, Squad Zero, like we got a taste of them last time in part 1, and we get
We got a taste of what their specialty is.
Yeah, and this is where we meet more of the captain, and he what a person to come in after what's his face, the guy Squad Zero captain died.
Squad 1 captain, Yamamoto.
After Yamamoto died, obviously they needed a central figurehead dude that was still like strong, and obviously not someone that we already knew before. He needed to bring in someone new.
Berserk reference.
And he's got a really strong presence. I really like his personality, the way that he's just this cheery guy, but also the second that you step out of line, he's gonna smack you upside the head.
I want to mention a little bit of his whole deal now.
Yeah.
Because of how much I fucking love this guy.
Yeah.
His entire focus is, I don't know where that idea originated, but it's still a unique one, of the power of names.
Oh, yeah.
That is his entire ability. The fact that basically, when it comes to Ichibe, he's essentially the first. The first. And so
He was number 1!
Yeah, Hyosobe, his entire deal is that basically if, pull out something and it's like, oh, is that your Bankai? It's like, oh, I guess that is what it's called, but this was the first. And so that's the reason why I called them Bankai. And it's like, you did what?
Yeah, he doesn't have a Bankai, he has the Bankai.
I have the Bankai. I'm the reason why you call it Bankai.
My name is Ichibe for a reason.
My name is 1.
Yeah.
He is essentially the person that has named everything in the Soul Society.
Yeah.
That is his whole deal. He named everything.
Man, how far we have fallen. We go from guy who's literally one of the strongest dudes, names everything, to now just regular board meetings. What do we call this? The taco.
What do you call it? The first taco.
Whoa. The bell.
The meat of the heavens.
Yeah.
Horse.
So we've got the whole training of just
Bison
like,
steak.
okay, Ichigo, walk down this hallway.
All right.
That is literally his training of just walk down this hallway. If you can make it to the end, then you get to go back to Soul Society to go fight. Wait, I get to go fight? Wait, what?
I realize
Standing here.
there's literally not a level, but like there's a scene in Metal Gear Solid 4 where Snake is literally walking through a hallway that's just pouring radiation. He's like,
During
That's how I would
this
feel.
during this time, we have Squad 1 captain. He comes in. It was the guy with the straw hat, or what was his name?
Luffy.
No.
The chill guy.
She.
Shiki the Golden Eye. Goku.
I'm so
Font-
mad because I just reread, once again, I just read all of Bleach, and so I should know this name. I don't.
You have scheduling autism, not names autism.
Yeah. I have scheduling autism and lore autism. I don't have name autism. Could you tell me the name?
I think it's.
Oh, you think?
It's like.
Oh, you think?
It's like Shisuke or some shit like that.
Higashikida.
Chomusuke.
Jotaro. Kujo. He's just as cool.
Josephu Joester.
Joester. What was that on the Pikachu on the Pokemon?
Shinsui?
Shunsui, yeah.
Shunsui.
Shunsui.
He's
Shunsui is great.
He's a great one. And then he gets promoted to being the new Squad 1 captain.
Berserk reference.
He gets promoted the moment that he loses an eye.
Well, you're cool enough now.
You look visually appealing now. You're in charge.
So why do I bring him up? Because he decided to go to Ichigo's friends and just be like, okay, he's getting really strong. He might be too strong. He'll never come back. He might never come back because he's too strong.
Imagine a ghost coming down to you while you're just walking down the road. A ghost comes down and it's just like, hey, yeah, your friend is in the afterlife. He's not dead. He's just in the afterlife, and he might be so strong that he might be an angel that might have to seat at the right hand of God forever.
And he might not be able to come back because it would vaporize all of you on the spot.
And you just go, okay.
Now, while all this is happening, it's
Because what can you do?
Like, okay, we gotta build up, we gotta get stronger for the next time the Quincy's are here. The Quincy's are here. What?
Yeah, they literally
it's just, well, the shadow's right here.
The Quincy's have this great idea. Don't let the enemy power up.
Yeah, very interesting. And so they all pop in and immediately start the slaughter as everybody's fighting, but everybody's a little stronger, which means they can kind of take it a bit longer.
It's not a steamroll as it was before.
And we get all the different Quincy's that had stolen the Bankais previously are coming in and they're fighting the same people, basically.
Yeah.
And so you've got, basically the guy who stole the rockets from Soifon gets to fight Soifon.
And Soifon gets to not have to use the rockets. Isn't that great?
Yeah, and so it's this robot dude that had hers. And it does lead to one thing I was happy about of the fat lieutenant dude. He's actually okay this arc because of the fact that he's, doing something important, taking care of his sister instead of Soifon, no! Oh!
I'm the stealth guy.
Yeah. And so this whole fight is going on and it's like, oh shit, are we all gonna fucking die or something? Oh god. Until Urahara shows up and it's just like, don't worry guys, I've got you. I have basically made each of you, given you hollow powers, which means fuck them. Huh?
Or are you just coming in and literally just saying, hey,
Urahara.
He literally just comes in and he just goes, hey, here's this gun that you've been needing to fight this monster that literally his only weakness is gun. Here you go.
I got you this
Gun.
I got you this Glock 19.
What? I'm gonna go kill ghosts now.
Your enemy is God. I have made you the Glock 19 that can shoot God.
It does that and nothing else.
It's the Glock 777.
That's one better than 6.
The number of things I've seen of Urahara in the next couple parts make me so excited to see those next couple of parts, by the way, of just, once again, Urahara is the funniest fucking character of just like, wait, did you plan all this? Nope, just make as many precautions as possible.
Turns out I guessed really fucking well.
Yep, that's his entire thing. Just that he guesses so goddamn well.
In a show that goes through cycles, someone's got to notice it.
Yeah.
He has pattern recognition so advanced that he can just guess. Makes sense.
But Bambi starts like going out and fighting, right?
Let me
Around this
see.
time.
We've got so everybody gets their Bankai back, and the moment that everybody's got their abilities back, it's like, okay, we've got the upper hand, and then the Quincy's go, no, you don't, and awaken their abilities.
Yeah, they got like this weird like
Angel transformation.
They have like angel wings, but each one is obviously like uniquely designed. It's not just straight up wings, and like some of them it's just like the one that has lightning powers, it's instead of wings it's a lightning bolt, like that kind of thing. It looks kind of cool. And
I don't believe you.
plug your mic.
So you asked about it. Yes, we go to the Bambi fight with what was his name? I got it right here.
Doggy,
The Wolf Captain.
Doggy,
Yeah.
because he went and powered up by communing.
Sajin.
He went and communed with the great wolf of his entire
The
species.
Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah, let me give,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
let me give you this image. He goes up to Leonardo DiCaprio and he says, "Hey, can I get stronger?" And Leonardo DiCaprio says, "Okay, you can get stronger, but give me your heart." And he goes, I got you." And he rips his heart out and he's no longer a dog.
Huh?
The Wolfman is no longer a wolf. He's a regular dude, or like just a super strong dude. And now he is an immortal vessel that is capable of fighting Bambi. And
You mean
stronger.
KK Slider isn't a dog anymore?
He sacrificed his guitar.
his Bankai loses the armor. His giant armored
Samurai.
samurai thing that was his Bankai no longer has armor, and so now is just a giant, powerful demon.
Wait, he loses his sword too? He loses his unplugged tail?
He's got his sword. He's got all that stuff. It's
like,
just
the power
that
of it.
it's essentially the best way to put it is actually Silver Chariot. How he gets faster when he removes his armor,
Okay.
but his defense is lower, basically.
Yeah.
The only thing is he doesn't have to worry about defense because he's an immortal vessel. He doesn't have a soul.
So he fights with Bambi
And then he,
Loses because nothing.
because it can't be that easy.
Because nothing beats tits.
well, yeah, unfortunately, it's like, I'm so powerful now. I'm so powerful. And then he just fucking dies.
He literally just keels over. It
He
has
actually
nothing.
dies. I was fucking kidding.
Yeah,
He has no actual beating or anything like that. He literally just keels over from his deal.
He's a dog now.
That apparently it had a time limit. And now that he doesn't have his actual soul in his vessel and all that kind of shit, when he gets all expended of his strength, he just becomes a normal wolf.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Luckily, he does beat Bambi, though.
Oh yeah.
He does. But unfortunately for Bambi, as she lands and she's like, "Oh, I'll fuck him up. I'll fuck up these people. God damn it."
Dog.
She gets surrounded by all of her followers. And it's just like, "You get the fuck back up." "No, please don't." "Yes." And they just basically take her power and shit.
That as soon as so Bambi is the kind of character that like is super strong and everybody's afraid of her, but as soon as that house of cards gets knocked down, she gets immediately taken advantage of and her powers robbed.
Bambi bitch is mid.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't even get a good picture.
Yeah, you didn't get the good one.
But yeah, honestly, mid.
Not that great, but still good.
This is a little better.
There you go. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the main like way that we saw her, and like the way that she was animated was
Just
very
find the scene
boisterous.
of her beckoning a dude into her room.
That was, I guarantee that was fan art. That did
That
not
was
look,
100% fan art.
that did not look like it was in the right art style.
You want to see AI art?
Yeah.
AI art. God damn it. Anyway, so the saddest image, by the way, is still the lieutenant of the wolf dude of Sajin's squad
69.
coming in, and that's not his lieutenant. But he comes in and he just picks up Sajin and just walks away with him.
It's halal Goku.
Nick.
But when it comes to the lieutenant, it was the guy with the mustache and the glasses. The black glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He
the
was
shades.
he was a
The chill dude.
he was a he was a visor.
No.
No,
he was
no,
not. He was
him.
a normal, just lieutenant.
Ah.
He's just hype dude.
Is one of the hype.
Speaking of hype, man.
The answer to the 1,000-year Blood War arc. Hello, Goku.
Hey, it's me, Goku. You haven't prayed today.
Hold on. It's
no,
me,
no,
Goku.
no. Shut up. You would say assalamu alaikum.
Rack.
Rack.
Okay. Back
Rocking
to
your
it.
Jew.
So, let's get to this next one of honestly one of my favorite segments of it. Of another one of my favorite characters, the Quincy's. Fucking wrestler dude.
A wrestler luchador. Every time one of those characters pops up, they're instantly one of Duke's favorite characters.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the day that he starts actively watching the luchador fights, or WWE.
Did you watch WWE growing up, Duke?
No.
How'd you not?
Why not? It's literally American anime.
Maybe.
It is literally American anime.
That imagine if they made an anime out of WWE.
Shut the fuck up. Don't
Imagine
reveal
it.
my secret that I absolutely fucking watched WWE and loved it.
I now understand. Everything has become clearer now.
You look like an Umaga type of guy.
Honestly, every so often I catch some fucking like fisticuffs motherfucker in like an anime or just in general from the WWE, and I'm just like, I need to hit the gym now.
I love Rey Mysterio growing up. That guy was the shit.
You want to know something? I had literally no attachment to the WWE at all. I always
Loser!
I knew about it, but literally did not.
No childhood.
I knew it existed, and that was it.
White boy? Uncultured white boy?
You didn't watch the Scooby-Doo movie of the WWE?
I was like, this is dumb.
You never watched John Cena versus Triple H?
I kept seeing John Cena and things, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy?
I'm so upset now that you didn't watch the Scooby-Doo movie in which
I stopped
goddamn
watching-
John Cena runs up and just like fucking German suplexes a goddamn ghost bear.
You want to know the last Scooby-Doo movie I ever watched? The live action. You want to know
Bitch.
the last Scooby-Doo animated movie I ever watched? The one where it's the girl and the other dog that turned out to be aliens?
You suck.
Those are the only... That's like the only one I really remember.
You suck.
And all of the crossover ones, I was just with like real celebrities and stuff like that. I was like, this is so dumb. I just didn't watch them.
I've heard
The John Cena cameo was like hilarious as fuck for no
You're like,
reason.
oh,
What the fuck, John Cena? Throws a giant boulder. Okay.
throws it like Star Platinum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just a giant boulder rolling at the Scooby-Doo crew, and then he just jumps down, picks it up, and throws it.
That's why the Scooby-Doo movies, we gotta start doing those soon. Because
absolutely
then
do.
I could actually experience them and be like, oh my god. It's
It's hello, Goku.
No, the only way for us to watch it now, I will guarantee it for you, of like if you bring 3 more people into our crew, it has to be a summoning circle, basically, of conjuring up the Scooby-Doo movies.
Why would I do that?
Anyway,
Why would I do that to them?
so we got pro wrestler versus Hindu captain and handsome captain. Let's fucking go.
I swear, I didn't write these notes.
The reason I say Hindu captain is because of the fact that he looks like one of those like classic, like he's got the powers based on like one of those classic like Hindu paintings, and so like he's got the fucking extra arms and shit. He's got the ring around him on the back, and it's just so goddamn cool. As his entire thing is just Asura's wrath.
Yeah.
And then there's Handsome Captain, whose entire thing is that he's handsome, but his Bonkai is so goddamn unnerving, as he's like, Bonkai, and summons humanoid people, but, like, with springs making their body.
Springman.
Yeah, the spring men with sunflower faces that open up.
How do you feel about that, Jitsu? A person with a sunflower for a face. Like Goldmask from Elden Ring.
And then they basically just, it ends up, like, shooting and killing the wrestler dude, at which point the hype man is just like, no, man, you gotta get back up. No, Cena, you gotta get back up.
Is that like his power?
Yes,
Okay, that's actually his power.
he's
like
got
to
the
be.
power of hype man.
Yeah. So Jinzu, there's a wrestler guy, the luchador. When he gets beaten down, there's another dude who just shows up and does like the emotional "No, you can't be dead" like kind of moment in
Yeah.
wrestling where it's like the person is like almost
Lyle, wake up.
like getting pinned and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
And then he gives him motivation, and that's literally his power, is to motivate the luchador guy.
And so the luchador guy, the
There's a
moment that he
stand
get-
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stand exists only to whisper in your ear and be like, "You can do it. You can do it."
You can do it, man.
You can
You
fucking
What's
do
its
it.
name?
Some-
Dirty deeds done, Dutch.
No, that's the main villain.
That's multi-dimensional shit, man. But anyway, yeah, so the fucking hype man, like, no, man, you gotta get back up. You gotta get back up. And so he gets back up. He jumps up like goddamn raccoon, waking up of, I'm getting bored. And then shoots a goddamn laser from his head and kills the fucking pretty boy.
Literally just decides, I'm gonna kill you.
And then he goes and basically kills the punchin' captain, Asura's Wrath captain. And it's just like, let's fucking go! Until Renji enters the ring. And we get to hear what happened with Renji. He also got training. Jinzu, Renji's training is finding out that his Bankai fucking lied to him because he didn't respect him.
Imagine
That's hilarious.
your sword soul friend bond dude.
Not believing in you.
Yeah. That's literally why Renji has been so weak
The
entire time.
extended name of Zabimaru apparently was incorrect. And so
What's
that's
your
the
name?
reason.
Kyle.
Yeah, basically. And so he was just basically like, well, you ain't strong enough. You kind of a bitch, and so I'm not going to give you the full power. And then he got the full power. And instead of having the giant fucking snake thing, it's all condensed down into basically this snake sword and like in a gauntlet.
What about the monkey part?
I don't know. The monkey part never made sense, unfortunately, because it's
What do you
never
mean?
brought. It never brought up. It's never brought up the fact that he a monkey.
It's a monkey with a snake tail. Come on.
The snake part is there, but never the monkey. Is Renji the monkey?
I mean, he's not, because when you go to when there's the arc where the Zanpakuto becomes sentient, he fights a big boobed girl and a small girl, and the small girl is supposed to be the monkey and the big booby lady is supposed to be the snake, or was it the other way around? No,
I guarantee you there was a big booby snake lady.
yeah, big booby snake lady with tiny monkey girl.
Monkey.
Monkey boy.
Monkey. But yeah, so they
But
fight.
yeah, so goddamn, just Renji fucking rolling up, just like I got this shit, and he actually beats an opponent for the first time in years.
It's literally the first time that Renji actually wins.
Renji won a battle.
Renji fucks!
That's later.
You know what also doesn't make sense, Mayhem?
Yeah.
Maru, when you add Maru to like the end of a name, it's supposed to like be specific. It's supposed to specifically like denote if it's a male or female or not. So Maru is like saying boy at the end of something. So like if someone's name was like Zabimaru, it's like Snake Boy or whatever the fuck.
Snake boy.
Snake Boy or
I like
Monkey Boy.
Gabimaru.
Yeah, Gabimaru, Nekomaru, fucking
Nekomaru.
Mekamaru. But they're both women. Okay. Wait, no, the monkey is the big booby lady, and the snake is the little girl. Wait, the snake,
Oh,
the
let me see.
little girl
Let me
is
see.
both the snake and the monkey.
Let me see.
Susan.
I'm sorry, I forgot what we were talking about.
Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this story. Let's get some more stuff.
It's not gonna be real quick.
So yeah, basically it was this whole thing of just him slicing up the fanboy, and then the fanboy coming back, who's just like, now there's more of us, more minions. That's what they really seem like, by the way. They're fucking minions.
They look like
from
that-
Illumination.
You know the time traveler guy from Gravity Falls?
Mix that with a minion. There you go.
Imagine your sword calling you a bitch, but it's literally a girl.
I'm not upset about it.
like your soul is two girls, and then it calls you a bitch. Like fuck you, you're.
What a moral dilemma.
So it then leads to basically he kills the wrestler dude, and right after all that, Yuhuba is just like, hungry, and just basically consumes all the dead Quincy's.
Like the dead or dying.
He consumes all of them, all the dead or dying ones, and then powers up all the ones that are left as we get Rukia's fight with the
Yes.
Fear Dude,
Yes.
which is fucking awesome. And the voice actor for the Fear Dude is absolutely intimidating. He has this whole speech about fear. Rukia is immune to it, immune to his whole fear thing. And as like it's starting to get like even like okay, this one, the massive fight. It finally goes to Rukia as she unleashes her Bankai.
And she got training too.
Yeah, she unleashes basically this transformation where she can bring the entire area like to below 0, but her heart slowly goes to it. Basically.
-1.
Yes. And good lord, Rukia when she's transformed, goddamn.
She's got like white hair now, right?
Yeah, let me get an image of Rukia. It's her basically Bankai form.
Yeah.
I gotta get the image of Bankai Rukia, because goddamn.
Be careful with that spelling. You don't want to get bonked, Rukia. Dunk.
You just see Rukia. Let me see.
I give you fakeable. I give you monkey.
But yeah, see, like the monkey's like white, so
There's Rukia with the Bankai.
Yeah.
literal ice queen.
Goddamn.
Yeah. Her sword is like the third version of whatever.
Yeah.
I literally just have it written down, just Ice Queen. Goddamn. Anyway, we get Kenpachi versus Imagination.
Kenpachi! Kenpachi, he trained last time, but now he done training.
Yeah,
So did
we had a whole
Shirayuki.
we had a whole thing where Yachiru, the lieutenant of his squad,
Yeah.
she ended up fighting this guy who like was able to become invisible, and it's like, okay, this is an interesting fight. I think it was something like, it's kind of like with that one X-Men where like you look away and suddenly you forgot that he's there,
Yeah.
kind of shit. But she kept getting him because it's like, it's Yachiru. She's weird.
She has this natural bloodlust that keeps her innocent.
Yeah, exactly. And so it leads to she ends up beating him until the next guy comes in, and it's just like, well, don't worry, I imagined that guy, so he no longer exists if I just forget him.
Yeah.
And he's gone.
And he's just gone.
And it's like, by the way, I just imagined that those two guys over there are dead.
What?
Yeah, the two captains that I mentioned earlier, they weren't dead yet. Jinzu. This fucking imagination dude walks in and is just like, well, I imagine they're dead now. And
And
they
then-
die.
And then they die.
That's his whole thing. Like, Grimm's fault.
Schrodinger's balls.
Testicular torsion.
I think his name is like Grimsfault or something like that. And so he just starts fighting Yachiru. And just
does he have a brother?
Huh?
Does he have a brother?
No. And so he fights Yachiru and has this whole like epic fight with her, just like, well, you can't touch me, until Kenpachi shows up and it's just like, I could get you. It's like, I'll imagine that you're weak. I'm stronger than what you imagined.
Yeah.
It just keeps going, until we, holy shit, we get this whole fucking thing of Grimsfault essentially is so hyped up of this. I'm just like, this is so much fucking fun as he unleashes the power of America. Guns show up all around him.
Yep.
And he just starts lighting Kenpachi up. He has the power of imagination, which means he has the power of America.
What a power to choose.
And so, all this shit happening, and then finally he's just like, here's an extra bit of imagination, here's a goddamn meteorite.
Yeah, and so
And he-
we get the meteor scene.
He drops a meteor on the Soul Society, and Kenpachi is just like, ooh, I can finally try it. And Kenpachi releases his Shikai.
Not his Bankai. His Shikai.
Jinzu.
Yes, sir.
Kenpachi's Shikai.
I know.
It's
What
a
is it again?
giant fucking axe.
China.
It's a giant goddamn axe, and he just goes up and slices the meteorite in half, and he fucking destroys it. And Grimswald is just like, fuck. And so comes in, it's just like, I'm just gonna imagine that I'm stronger than you. And he does it. And dies.
Yep.
His imagination of how strong Kenpachi is so much that he literally exploded from the sheer strength of it.
Imagine that, bitch.
And we get the revelation of what Grimswald actually is, of he's just a brain in a jar.
And he imagined a body.
And then just Kenpachi. Gone.
I love when a super strong character actually takes the kill.
Yeah. Also, Yachiru is missing.
Who's
After
that?
all this, the lieutenant, I literally just said her name.
Oh, the little girl. The
Pink hair girl.
the button.
Yeah, Button. She's missing. Yeah. After the fight, she's missing, so we'll have to see her later. Anyway, we get the rest of the Bambis of, there's one that's based on thunder, there's one that has just power! And then Giselle.
And then the worst one. Didn't we confirm who is the voice for Giselle again?
Shinji.
Shinji. The voice for a character is the same voice actor for Shinji in Neon Genesis Evangelion.
Did you? Oh, it's in English, never mind.
Yeah.
Does that give you a proper heads up for what this character is going to happen?
For what this character is going to happen? What language are you trying to speak in, man?
Terror.
So, meanwhile, we have Ichigo has gone through the hallway and witnessed basically the story of God and has exited the other side and it's just like, well, now I've got my winter gear, which means I'm going down back to the Soul Society.
I leap now.
I can mention some of that story of, I don't even think they will touch some of this shit of when it comes to the Soul Society God.
3 words
Soul
or
King?
less.
Soul King,
Chopped
wow.
to pieces.
Oh. They, was that Greek? Was it Kronos? That they chopped to
Maybe.
pieces?
Maybe, but just the image of basically like, because you've seen what he looks like. He's this giant crystal with like basically what looks like these glowing eyes and like missing parts. He's a torso basically.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's because of the fact that basically when the universe was created, the Soul King was created as a part of it to govern it, and was so overpowered that the original founders of the Soul Society were like, this is a little much, and chopped him up and stored him away to keep the balance of the world. And then broke the world into the individual components of the Soul King's kingdom, the Soul Society, Hueco Mundo, and Earth.
Yep.
That's what they broke it into. And you want to know who those people that broke up the world were? Basically, those royal families that we've heard about so much of.
The royal families.
Ichigo's ancient family, Rukia's ancient family. All of those were the ones that put everything together.
Which is very interesting that the subordinates of the guy in charge decided. It was very much like a Julius Caesar sort of situation.
It was literally this is a bit much.
You're doing too good.
Jinsu, imagine going to God and just being like, this is a bit much. And just locking him away.
You know what would happen there?
What?
And then we'd no more Jinsu.
You'd think, until, just Soul King being like, well, it was foretold, and just going with it.
Well, alright. If you say so.
Yeah, Soul King has the image of everything that will basically happen as any god would, so it's like, well, I guess we're doing this.
Well, I'm pulling an Aaron Yeager.
Yeah. Anyway, we get the fight with Ichigo versus the Bambis, and as he fights the Bambis, you get this whole thing of he curb stomps most of them until finally the lightning one, where he's just like, okay, Getsuga Tensho, and she's like, I can handle this, and he's like, why aren't you moving? You will die. He gives her a heads up as she fucking dies.
I can withstand it. You're not going to be able to. What?
And so, the moment that he's down, he's like, yeah, I'm ready for this fight. And Yuhaba's like, finally. Yuhaba is just like, well, finally. And he just is like, okay, open the door. And they decide to head to the Soul Palace.
It's literally because of Ichigo falling down a hole that Yuabaha sees that and just goes, well, I'm just going to keep that open and be able to go into the secret hidden place that Squad Zero and the Soul King are.
Well, time to visit God.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so Ichigo flies over, ready to stop Yuhaba, until Uryu smacks him down and is just like, no. And he's just like, Uryu, the fuck?
No, Uryu says, nuh-uh, and Ichigo goes, fuck you mean
nuh-uh.
nuh-uh.
Yeah. Yeah, he's revealed to be a traitor as Orihime and Chad roll up and are just like, oh my god, oh no. And right after this, we get basically the rest of these fights down here in the Soul Society as, we get, I'll skip through most of it, of Giselle, aka Shinji from Evangelion, showing off her zombie powers.
Yeah, she's got this weird,
Zombie Bambi.
and she's able to turn people into zombies, but they're, semi-conscious, but, instead of brains, they want Giselle.
Okay,
very
Jinzu,
weird.
I've got a question for you. In Bleach, Whenever there is a horrendous fucking character, whenever there is literally the most, what would be the word? Reprehensible, is the word?
Repulsive.
Repulsive, vile character in the show. Who is the person that ends up fighting them?
Mayuri?
That's right. That's who ends up fighting Giselle.
Like every single time that it happens, his like my opinion of him as a character gets like slightly better, and then there's no enemies
It's a
to fight.
steady up.
It's a steady up, and with a lot of constant drops of him being a horrendous scientist man. but this one makes him absolutely amazing.
Yes.
As he's wearing the most ridiculous outfit you've ever seen.
Yeah. After all the Quincy's showed up, I forgot to mention this one, Jinzu. After all the Quincy's showed up, Jinzu.
They move through shadows.
Move through shadows, right? Yeah. So he has a light outfit.
He has an outfit that literally casts 0 shadows.
Disco ball.
He is a walking disco ball. And it's so fucking hilarious.
It's even better it was that one fucking dude with the funny looking lips of coming in. I'm just like, I'm ready for the fight. Looks at Mayuri. Let me just not.
I'm not gonna do that.
And he just leaves. He fully just leaves. He's like, I'm just not gonna do this. Mayuri is just like, wait, aren't we gonna fight? And he's like, no. Nah, I don't wanna.
with you.
So Giselle has zombie powers, Jinsu, right?
Okay.
And how does he combat that? With his own brand of zombies. As he brings out Arankars.
What?
He brings out fucking Arankars and other captains that have died.
Which Arankars were it that, so, mind you, the captains, I will say this right now, were not brought back by him.
Oh wait, they were brought back
by Giselle.
By Giselle, yeah.
So,
Giselle brought back
horrifying.
captains and he brought back
And also other Soul
Arankars.
Reapers. Yeah. But, meanwhile, for the Arankars, who were the specific for?
one of them was the JoJo Sailor Moon character.
That doesn't clarify anything.
There was an entire segment in the Arankar episode we recorded where we popped up the fight mid-episode to show you.
Where it's a very buff guy doing a bunch of Sailor Moon type of like flowery animations.
He looks like what if Cars was in a Sailor Moon outfit?
Yeah, and he's very visually designed, similar to Cars.
Yeah,
as one of the Pillarmen.
With his hair out, or with
Yes,
with
with the hair out.
I don't remember this character.
I don't blame you for blocking it out of your memory. I do not blame you. But it was very interesting seeing like the zombie versions of the Arankar zombie captains and everybody just going after each other. It was like a sequel to the Arankar arc, but you're rooting for the Arankar this time.
Yeah.
there he is. Yeah, they literally say it's the JoJo's fever dream.
JoJo Fever Dream.
There he is.
Look at that.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Oh, there you go.
There you
That'll
go.
ring a bell.
That'll ring a bell.
That does not ring a bell.
What do you mean?
thankfully
What do you
does
mean?
not
That's
ring
not
a
your
bell.
sleep paralysis demon? Like it's mine?
But the other three was basically it was the Spanish dude that fought Ichigo, the girl that was basically a top that fought Uryu, and then the one that Grimjow killed.
Yep. And who are the captains that are the captains that were turned into zombies? The squad captains that were turned into zombies, meaning that they are dead. That were turned into zombies by
We
Giselle.
forgot to mention his death, but yeah, I guess we'll get right to it because yeah, he's fucking dead of Hitsugaya.
Ice Dragon Kid.
Zombie.
He's a zombie,
I
which
know.
means he's dead.
Zombie.
Oh, that's right. It wasn't that he was killed or anything. It's that basically she can turn people to zombies even if they're alive, and that kills them.
Yep.
And so Mayuri ends up fighting Hitsugaya, and is just he Groundhog Days him.
Where he keeps putting him back through time as he's like.
Why is Mayuri a JoJo villain?
Because he's just that good.
Seriously, Jinzu, what the fuck? Mayuri is literally every JoJo villain possible.
With time and all that kind of shit.
I would not be surprised if he could stop time, but he's been able to already do it of basically he will Groundhog Day you, and he will slow down time infinitely.
So when you're getting stabbed for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
But you know what? I just realized he can stop time, but only for his assistant. For things to happen to her.
I think her name is Nemu.
Yeah, I feel so sorry for her.
Yeah. Anyway,
No, she's not real. She's not a...
they have the whole fight, and yeah, it's Mayuri testing his drugs. Doctor Strange. We got all these different captains and lieutenants that have turned to zombies, and so it's this massive goddamn fight.
We get a lot of confirmed deaths in this fight. Because it's like, when people are fighting, you're not... And, like, it's concluded, and you're not really sure... if the person won or lost or anything like that, then you see him later on as a zombie, and you're just like, oh no, they're just fucking dead.
I do love.
Yeah. It's a guy was my favorite, and he fucking died.
Yeah. I will say this: of one thing that I always do appreciate from my notes is when I've written something down, and I go, "What the fuck did I mean by this?" And then a moment later, I go, as I get to remember that Byakuya has just this little moment that is like 1 page in the manga, but in this they extended a little further to show him being a badass.
Yeah.
As he kills the dude with the piano teeth, he kills the dude with the gun, and he kills Thunder Thighs.
Yeah. Those are actual Quincy people that they were fighting.
It's the hot chick with the thunder powers. He managed to kill her, yeah. But also piano teeth.
Yeah.
And obviously the guy that took Squad 1 Captain's eye.
One of the original fuckers.
And then we've got a character that I'll be able to skip through because honestly he just gets beat the shit out of by some of the Bambis of One Love, man. One Love, Pepe. This big old fucking fat dude.
He's a fat guy that has like a whole like baby you love me sort of Cupid thing.
Ew.
And he's like an old man, fat man.
Come on, man, you can't beat the power of love.
Yeah, imagine that being the love person in your
Story. Universe.
group.
Imagine if Bob Marley was fat.
No, don't insult Bob Marley like that.
And evil, sorry.
Okay, wait, so imagine if Elton John was evil and a prick.
There
Wait a minute.
But yeah, so we got Cupid Man Baby.
Wait a minute.
I can do anything with the power of love.
What did Elton John do wrong?
He's an asshole.
Yes?
Yeah.
What did he do?
I don't know.
Fuck you!
And so, Mayuri.
Never met the guy.
Mayuri ends up going over and just stealing Giselle's zombies, and it's just like, well, mine now, mine now, mine now.
Imagine
I made the
being
Danish. I made the Danish.
Yeah. Imagine being
Mayuri
a necromancer, and another better necromancer just comes over and is just like, well, I'm taking these from you.
Mayuri is what if JonTron was had the power to enact what he does in his videos.
No?
What? From what I just said, I made the Danish. I made the Danish. He's
And
just
grew
fucking
mad with
psychopath.
power.
Yeah, grew mad with power.
If John had the IQ of Einstein and the desire to dissect like some other random, like a German
Human
scientist.
Fucking Pepe trying to steal the zombies of like through the power of love, and then it's the Asuro's Wrath dude, so he just punches him, and it's just like, oh, why don't you love me? And it's like, my zombies don't feel love. What the actual fuck, man?
I took out that ability for them to love.
And then you've got the short one of the Bambis coming in of just like, you tried to kill me. Well, guess I'm eating you now. And eats Pepe. He tasted like shit.
Tasted like shit.
Yuhuba arrives at the Soul Palace.
Yes, this climax of
Time
this
for
part.
backstory. A little segment of the past that
Yep.
they show off of Yuhuba. Yuhuba, in the past, apparently met with the Soul Reapers and had this whole conversation of talking about what he wants to do in the future, all this different shit. And Hasebe, I believe his name was, I said earlier, Squad Zero Captain.
Oh,
He did not like that.
yeah.
And Yuba was just like, oh yeah, well, I can just use my powers. And then his eye split into two. And Squad Zero Captain just said no.
And
He just said no and locked away that power, whatever the fuck it was.
yeah. Imagine it, Jinsu. You have the power over names. So whenever somebody says one of their moves that has a name, you can get rid of the move by removing the name, because obviously they can't do the move without saying the name.
Or I thought it was the move doesn't have as much impact if you don't say the name.
Probably.
I don't know. That was some bullshit that what was the name?
Yoba?
The Zangetsu tried teaching Ichigo when he was teaching him
about
Getsuga Tensho.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're hitting, but
Moonfang.
you could be hitting better.
Yeah. And so, this is also the point we get to realize that Yuhaba is the son of God.
Yep. Yobaha.
Literally, as he walks up and says, "I'm here, Father."
I am Mandate.
Yeah, and so then we go back and we get to see as everybody is getting ready to shoot up and head to the Soul Palace of Ichigo and the gang. As a very interesting one, we get to see
Fire Brother.
Fire Brother, Ginjo is his name.
Ginjo.
But I was also referring to, what's her name?
Yoruichi.
Yoruichi shows up again.
Yoruichi's back in the new art style Jitsu. Yes.
Yeah, very nice to see Yoruichi as she's just like, I gathered all supplies to get us the fuck to the Soul Palace.
As it's literally just a high-tech recreation of when they get launched into the Soul Society.
Squad Zero versus the Quincy's that joined Yuba.
Yeah.
As this is actually a really fucking cool one.
This is good.
You see Science Lady is the one to start meeting up with them of just like, you're not supposed to be here.
You're not supposed to be here.
Hi, little frog. You're not supposed to be here.
God finding me as I transformed into a frog to explore the Garden of Eden. Hi, Mr. Frog. You're not supposed to be here.
So she ends up fighting this one guy that has his whole thing hidden away as basically his power is that if any of like if he touches you or whatever the fuck his deal is, he winds you and kills you basically.
Yeah.
Just your thing winds together and then just explodes. And she's just like, no, and just kills him basically.
This entire section, it does feel like it's filled with a bunch of nuh-uh. Someone does something really strong. Nuh-uh. What?
Yeah, and so we get, as she's like, let's deal with this. She summons basically a giant to deal with them, at which point fucking Thor rolls up.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking Thor.
Thor Quincy.
Geralt, I will say he's my other favorite character. I think I'm just got a thing for if the character is literally just, I'm so fucking overpowered, aren't I?
I completely destroy the plot if I wasn't nerfed.
And so the giant gets dealt with very quickly as like the shadow dude is back up already. And Mr. Green Beret over there decides this is like, well, fuck this woman, and just puts a hole through her.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
A guy with a gun literally kills the scientist.
And they destroy everything in the Soul Palace. Jinzu, they break every fucking floor of the Soul Palace right then and there.
Like big one.
Yeah. Hey, Jinzu. Psych, motherfucker, it was fake.
It was actually the faux Soul Palace.
It turns out they're now in a giant bird cage.
That's what I was saying with like this entire section feels like nuh-uh.
Fuck you mean nuh-uh. Fuck you mean nuh-uh. Yeah, it really is that. We get to see the tree cage as we get the arrival of Squad Zero. And the swordsmith dude shows up with this blade without a sheath. And it's just like, well, I'm ready to use this. And starts cutting some bitches.
As
and
turns out,
yeah.
Turns out he made a Zanpakuto too good.
Jinzu, you hear this shit? A Zanpakuto that is too good.
That it can't even be put into a sheath. Because it's so sharp.
The only sheath he can put it into is literally a jelly, cube. Because he knows that it can't, destroy that.
That's the stupidest fantasy shit I've ever fucking heard.
And
I sharpened it too good, motherfucker.
And it's cool as shit.
One side has an edge. The other side doesn't have an edge.
Both cut you.
Bluntly. To put it bluntly. It bluntly cuts you.
So he cuts the Quincy's, and everybody's like, haha, you're trapped. You can't do shit now. And so you watch as Yuhuba just basically throws a rock out of the entire area, and then swaps places with it.
He does the Toji clap.
Uryu like looks at him, and then just they swap places. And so I guess that's something to do with Uryu's ability, has something to do with swapping.
Yeah, Uryu this entire time has been very like ambiguous with like his power up that he got, where it's just like what actually happened, and I don't think Uryu even knows what happened with his powers.
Yeah.
He seems confused about anything that's happening.
I'm still a little fucky about this, but we'll figure it out. And so Yuba has escaped, and so now he gets to go and fight good old Captain of Squad Zero. And as
They've got a good fight.
everybody else gets to fight all the different like members of Squad Zero, and it's fucking crazy. As you've got the sword guy gets to fight the one with the lips, where apparently his whole deal is that he can change the level of a lethal dosage. Jinzu, what the fuck with this one?
They've got a lot of stand powers in this one.
Yeah, all the Quincy's are basically stand users at this point with the power of I can change the lethal dosage.
Of air. Of water.
These powers are starting to sound more and more like random, like 5-year-old imagination powers.
Yeah.
The further we go, the more like, I can imagine my nuts are bigger than yours, and they just are. It's like, okay, cool. I guess. Wow.
I'll say that.
What a power.
Imagination was the most bullshit one, but luckily the rest of these are just weird. Of basically, the best way to put it is each one is given a letter to their name, and they are basically gifted a small power of God, essentially,
Like a piece
which is
of
what
them.
Yuba is.
A piece of Yobaha.
Here's L. Dies.
What am I supposed to take this L for?
What am I supposed to do with this? Hold it.
Yeah, so it's literally like you get a letter and your power is related to the letter. So
Yeah.
So T is thunder.
For
so-
lethal dosage, dude, he just says, I've now made it so that your blood is lethal to you. It will kill you because you have too much blood in you. And he goes, and he just slices his own neck.
as a way to combat that.
Imagine,
He slices his own neck and starts bleeding out.
imagine being told that, and then your immediate counteraction is to do that, and the other person goes, "You know, I was kidding, right? You know, it's not a real thing." And then you just, fuck.
You know that's not a real power, right?
We get Uryu versus the science. God damn it, Uryu. What is his main opponent every fucking time?
The science.
Science!
It's either Uryu or what's his face?
Mayuri.
Mayuri.
Well, Mayuri fights awful people. Uryu fights strictly science people.
Mayuri fights awful people who he somehow has the moral high ground over. Somehow, Mayuri always fights the guy who just so happens to be just a little more despicable than him.
That you have no other choice but to root for him.
And it's
Mayuri
like,
is the
wow.
epitome. Yeah.
And then Uryu just fights the scientist. Whoever the scientist is, that's Uryu's fucking opponent, and it makes the whole his role being the Antichrist even more confusing.
Did you know about Einstein though?
So,
Stephen Hawking.
Mayuri is
No.
Pretty fucking Antichrist.
Mayuri is the epitome of what is it? You're so awful. Says you.
Now let's look at your sins.
Source? Why don't you try backing it up with a source? My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Let me check something real quick.
But yeah, just this entire section just having, I'm gonna do this, nuh-uh, because I'm gonna do this and you're gonna die from it. Nuh-uh, I'm gonna do this and survive it and then also kill you with this. Nuh-uh.
Yeah. So, let me get, other ones we get to see is, the spa dude gets to fight the right-hand man. We get a good old classic
brown
sword
noser.
fight. Yeah. Really interesting, really cool. As he also gets to use some of his power to help out the fucking, the sword dude. Of just like, man, you're losing a lot of blood. He just throws the blood water at him. Now he's not.
He's good.
And, let's see. Okay, now we get the fucking fight with Yuaba.
Yes.
Where he gets to fight him, and he loses power because he rewrote his name.
Yep. So he's no longer Yuabaha.
He's Yua.
He is Yua.
Okay.
YWA, yeah. They literally removed letters from his name.
His name is now YMCA. You're gonna get a copyright strike. YMCA.
Cut back. We got an uncomfortable scene with
Young man!
Giselle and Bambi.
What?
Just that thing.
What happened?
Uncomfortable scene with Giselle and Bambi, where basically the whole thing of just like, well, I need to feel better. Bambi, you're gonna help me, right? You're gonna help me, right? And it's just literally an outside viewer going, the fuck is happening?
Giselle,
As it is the most uncomfortable sexual scene ever.
Giselle turns people into zombies and is also a necrophiliac. Also, Giselle's a boy.
Giselle's the lady boy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also voiced by Shinji.
Right.
Yeah. Now imagine me hearing that. And this, we watched it a little bit ago, and this was around the time that I finished Evangelion. And then I just so happened to hear
You heard the voice and
Shinji.
went,
Imagine being typecast as Shinji. That's your
It's an unfortunate role, but hey, if he gets paid doing it, then he deserves it.
Fuck it.
And so Yuhaba, while he's basically getting his ass kicked by Ichibe, or whatever his name was,
Java.
as they're fighting, Yuhaba is just like, well, time for trump card, and it's like, what's trump card? As he just unleashes the pillars of light and decides to basically eat the other Quincy's.
Yeah, so he split his power between 26 other people, and they have like a letter that signifies the power. And he just decides, I'm going to take all of that back. And you know what happens? All but a select few get eviscerated and obliterated and annihilated, and they're dead. and they youch.
To put it bluntly.
And
Yeah.
they youch.
We get the whole thing of, you see, we get the reveal of what Green Beret's power is. Of his is the x-axis of whatever he points at. That is everything there is being erased.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's his entire thing of, I point my gun. All that is there is gone.
So there's no fun in it.
Yeah. Shoots several holes through the sword guy. As we also get to see Squad Zero Captain's ability of, he unleashes his Bankai, which is, he controls all black.
You know,
Jinzu.
the sea,
Marshall D. Teach?
the opposite. Yeah, I was about to say the opposite sea that Sanji's looking for, the all blue, the all black.
The thing that Zoro's trying to fight.
The thing that Ace was trying to find before he got punched in the fucking chest?
Yeah. And so we get to see his power of basically he can control all the black in the world and all shadows, all the color black itself. He controls it. And we get to see what happens with the Squad Zero as all of them are just like, wow, we're going to get curb stomped if we're not careful. I've got an idea. Everybody, kill
Actually, be serious
yourself.
and kill yourself.
Yeah, I wanted to space it out. So.
It wouldn't work. Remember Drunken Silence?
Oh no, I'm saying have you say something in between it.
Oh, kill yourself.
Yeah. That's why I was thankful for you saying something, and then right after I said it, oh, okay, never mind.
You just commit. Imagine you're a leader, dude, just being like, "All right, it's time. Slice your neck."
Yeah, as 3 of the Squad Zero members slice their neck, and then the science lady is just like, okay, cool, I can now unleash my Bankai, because if all of us are alive and I unleash my Bankai, then the entire world will be destroyed.
They've got
The entire
such weird
multiverse will
rules.
be destroyed.
They have such weird rules.
It's very bizarre, but basically the best way to put it is that everything to do with the Soul Society and everything in it
And the palace.
is a hourglass.
Yeah.
The moment that you release a Bankai, there's more sand.
Yeah.
That's the best way to put it. There's more sand the moment you release a Bankai. And so the strongest people, the moment they release a Bankai, if there's already too much sand in the hourglass, it will break the hourglass. Everything is broken.
Yeah.
And so the only way to remove that possibility, is to literally take sand out and then you can fill it up.
So yeah, what was her Bankai again?
Stuff to do with
Domain expansion?
fabrics. It was basically a domain expansion of, it was like all these different fabrics, as she basically read a poem to all of her opponents and started throwing them around shit.
Yeah.
And it seems like she beat them. Probably not,
Yeah.
considering there's 2 more parts.
Yeah.
But anyway, we get to see as the finishing of this arc is we get to see universe-shattering Bankai tapestry is what I wrote. Paint the power of all black in the world. Goddamn, as he basically starts fucking with Yuaba as
Captain.
Squad Zero Captain starts fucking with Yuaba of Jinzu. This fucking image right now of he grabs his Bankai, he unleashes it, it shows a sword, and then it turns into a paintbrush, and then a sword again, and then a paintbrush.
The pen is mighty. The sword, pen.
The pen is sword, mighty, then the sword, pen, brush.
Then mighty.
Oh no.
And so
Tom
he
Sawyer?
gets it, and he takes the power of black, and he just paints over Yuaba's sword, and gets rid of its power. The sword loses its name. Anything that is painted over by the Bankai loses its name, thereby losing its power.
Is this that one dude's superpower? The first guy who named everything.
Yeah, exactly.
So his power is to name everything and then take it away.
Yeah. I gave you your name, now give it back.
Give it back.
And so he then paints over Yuhaba, removing his name entirely, former king of the Quincy's, he calls him, and then gives him a new name, Ant. So he is no more mighty than a goddamn ant.
Bruh.
And then he has a giant spiritual foot that just steps on the ant.
And then the nuh-uh happens.
That's the end of the season.
And then squared.
That's the end of the
Nuh-uh,
season. But
starting
two
up
more
next
parts.
season, yeah.
But two more parts.
Nuh-uh is coming.
And
And then the last bit of the season is like we waited till the credits to see if there was anything else, and then it was Cone doing weird shit.
it was code.
Cone
What
being
the
cone.
fuck?
This was a very interesting part.
I love this.
Because it showed the full extent of the Quincy power. Because like when in the first part when they showed up, it was more or less just more of Yuabaha's strength, not so much the Quincy strength. It was Yuabaha himself. And now with the attack and trying to get into the Soul Palace and all that kind of stuff, he actually needed his army, in which we see all of the alphabet. Quincy's and all that kind of stuff, that they definitely stand on their own. Like that's the best part about the cycles, where it's like that Kubo's gonna make a new group of adversaries that might turn into allies eventually, of the Soul Society, the Arankars, the Fullbringers, and now the Quincy. That he brought in all of these characters, and some of them might be, like, obviously there's always going to be a scientist guy that shows up. There's always going to be a deplorable one. There's going to be a creepy middle-aged old guy that tries to behave younger.
Oh yeah.
That adds that is very bizarre. And the Quincy are very much like, ever since we started and watching Bleach and Uryu being a Quincy, this last one of this entire race of people that were wiped out by the Soul Society, I always thought that it was kind of weird how they were just written off. Like, that's what it felt like, that the Quincy's were just written off. But nope, here they come as one of the main threats to the entire Soul Society and everything. The Quincy just show up and wreck the entire house. And I loved it.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to see the next two parts. Do we know when it's coming out?
Probably Halloween. Probably around Halloween.
God damn.
It's gonna be wild because this season finished like really recent.
Yeah. And also the amount of effort that
Like
goes
just a
into
few
it.
months ago, honestly.
Yeah.
But god damn, this is good.
And
And also after reading it, I can add in some like tidbit of like you can be very happy to know that it gets better from here.
better from here.
Wow.
Like if you want some badass shit that you've been waiting for when it comes to Bleach, the next two parts are that.
This is where it is. Yeah, because following the cycles that usually happen with the story elements, we're getting into the good shit.
If I was to list even a couple things of Geralt, the one I mentioned earlier, the Viking dude.
Yeah.
He's my favorite character.
Yeah.
Geralt Valkyrie is his name.
Yeah.
He is the epitome of like literally my favorite character. So I'm so happy to see him animated like probably the next part. I'm so excited for that. More lore about the world. There was a little tidbit that I forgot to mention of, like, it was right there, but I forgot to mention it, of, we got to see, Ukitake, the squad leader, the silver-haired dude that's always sick.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he kind of bounced back a
He
little
started
bit.
talking about stuff and was basically clarifying that there's something up with him that makes him sick.
Yeah.
There's something up with him. And so...
I wonder what it could be.
Well, what's your guess that makes him sick?
Plague.
Just plague.
Yeah. No, not anything relevant to the story or anything. He's just got the plague.
Soul AIDS.
Soul AIDS. Soul AIDS. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like Space AIDS, but worse. But yeah, so there's all kinds of crazy shit that will be happening. I'm so glad they're going to be changing some of the stuff that does have in the manga, because it's so rushed, that little bit at the end.
Oh, they'll definitely expand it.
Oh, they're expanding it so much, because I could tell that from reading it alone, of like, I'm like, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, and then it's like, I'm over halfway through, and I'm like, I'm over halfway, I'm basically through what would be the next core, and I'm like, it doesn't feel like there's enough here for the fourth core. What the fuck is this? And then it finishes, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, which makes me very excited.
I got a question.
Yes.
Do you think that Kubo is going to make more Soul Societies? Because the Soul Society, very Japanese. Very follows the Japanese afterlife ideals and all that kind of stuff. But we also have the Quincy's. We also have the Arrancar of... what's the place again? The Purgatory, basically.
Hueco Mundo.
Hueco Mundo. We have Hueco Mundo. Do you think that's only in Japan, or do you think that the Soul Society will actually be, like, is one of many Soul Societies?
Give me one sec.
And, like, Africa has its own one, South America has its, North America, Europe, they all have their own Soul Societies.
Let me grab an image real quick.
Before you show that, Jinzu, what about you? What do you think?
What?
If the is the Soul Society the only Soul Society, or is it just flavored after Japan because it's the Japan one, and then there's going to be another division for like the Africa Soul Society, the European Soul Society?
Oh, that'd be really funny. But
basically, like cultures or societies, basically they have their own Soul Society that's based on their their culture and all that kind of stuff. Because the Soul Society is very Japanese. Very Japanese.
Yeah.
Do you think everybody goes there, or do you think there are separate areas that other societies go to and cultures?
I mean, the only real way to go to Soul Society is for a Shinigami to like do the
To stamp you,
do the
yeah.
stamp thing,
So-
and the Shinigami are Japanese and very racist, so they're not gonna stamp anyone but other Japan. No, I'm just kidding. But it is based off of Shintoism.
Yeah.
So it only makes sense that it's super Japanese and that it's very strictly Japanese.
Do you
I
think
don't think it has really anything to do with like race.
No, definitely not. I think it's like the society, the cultural, like it's based more on the cultural religion and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because I think if it was based off of race, then characters like Yoruichi and
The sword guy.
and Hosen, Kaname Hosen,
Oh yeah.
the blind guy,
Yeah.
Tosen, not Han. When Tosen wouldn't be there, the fucking
the wolf guy wouldn't be there.
wolf guy maybe would be there because he's a Japanese dog, but
But like it wouldn't be focused more on that. It's focused more on the culture, society, religion. That
yeah,
kind of thing. That's what
yeah.
it's focused.
So
Maybe it's not so much like Japanese only. It's wherever someone worships Shinto,
maybe because
or
it's
the society follows Shinto. But obviously Japan.
it's because like the rules of Bleach are that when you die, your soul kind of gets split up and you get targeted by hollows.
Yeah.
So you need Shinigami to like clean the hollows and to like straight send the
Get the pure
departure-
souls
the
back.
long yeah straight send them back to Soul Society, and didn't all the Shinigami like the Shinigami captains, didn't they like all come from the Seirei or whatever, and like they graduated from
It's like something like that. Yeah. Like
They-
they were born in the afterlife, like something like that.
Right, right. Their second life started in the afterlife or some bullshit. And then you got, cause then like where do Quincy's go? Do they just get
I
eradicated
think because
themselves?
that's what I think is like the whole significant thing about the Quincy's is that they were like they were destroyed by the Soul Society and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it was very interesting to like kind of think about
They
that
still
with
have
like
a soul,
yeah, they still have a soul.
which means yes, they do go to the Soul Society. It's just they're no longer a Quincy.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the picture you got, Duke? That you got that might answer what we've been theorizing about.
Literally, the answer to what you're talking about. There is a sequel series called Burn the Witch, where the entire point of it is the Western branch.
The Western branch of the Soul Society.
They call hollows the dragons.
Oh, so the European Western.
Yeah,
Ah.
the Western branch is literally just Europe.
Right, right. I love the idea that dragon is just like a title or like a name. It doesn't actually like mean anything, and it's not actually a specific thing.
Like Great Beast.
Yeah, yeah. Like, oh, this beast is so like huge that it's just dragon. You know.
Dragons have
Or
infested Europe since ancient days. Is literally the entire point of the story.
right, right. Or like how Leviathan isn't always a serpentine creature. Sometimes it's a whale. Sometimes it's some other kind of like ocean.
Might be
Just
an
something.
octopus.
Just something in the water, basically.
Yeah, yeah, big water monster, Leviathan. Okay, cool.
Yeah, but yeah. So basically, the entire idea is that in the Western branch, there is they have to deal with other things like the dragons, and the entire point of the dragons is that the only things that can stop them are witches. Burn the witch, the name, and if a dragon consumes a witch, then they become immortal.
Ooh. Okay.
Very interesting story. There actually is an anime adaptation.
I was about to ask, do you think that they would animate it?
Yes, there is an anime adaptation, and apparently Kubo is full in on making more of it.
Ooh, okay.
Very interesting.
Maybe after when Bleach is done, you focus
Yeah.
on that. What's next, Duke?
What's next is Core 3.
Whenever that comes out.
Let me look right now and see, schedule-wise, what we've got next.
What about you, Jinsu? What did you think about like what we've told you about this core of Bleach?
Was honestly really fucking bored. I was really fucking bored.
It definitely would
Watch
be
it.
a lot better
Don't just
by
listen
watching
to
it.
us be stupid. Actually watch it. Trust me, it actually is really good.
It's also animated really well. Like this is like we talked about it before. How this return of Bleach is animated really fucking good, and it continues.
I'll take your word for it that it's animated really well because I did watch the first like half of the 1,000-Year Blood War arc.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, that shit was pretty nuts. That shit was pretty. They did a really good job.
Modernizing.
Not modernizing, but like really like capturing the scale of everything and like what they're like the intensity of like that Taiko probably wanted for his story.
Yeah.
I think they animated it probably pretty well. Obviously I can't speak for the guy, but you know
I can. He hates you.
But no, these opponents, these
The Quincy.
and like their powers and everything and the characters of these Quincy's too, the way you guys tell them or the way you guys have told me, very very uninteresting. Like it's very uninteresting and like not.
We've definitely left out a lot to their character.
You'd be
so
more into it if you watched it.
I think, like, I would say you would quantify your interest in the characters at about a 3. Would you say?
Not even a 3. I couldn't
like a 2?
find any like real like. There was nothing really intriguing about anything that any.
Once again,
characters.
I'm gonna say this: it's the problem of because you didn't watch any of it. We're describing fight scenes, dude. Most of the arc is a fight scene. You can't describe a fight scene to somebody and be like, "Oh, you were thrilled about it, right?"
And
it's
get
like,
character.
Yeah, I get that. I get that you guys only have so much memory to memorize.
That too.
no, I
But-
wrote down everything. I know what happens in the arc, dude. I know what happens in the arc. What I'm saying is that basically you didn't get a full feel of it because it's not like, oh well, then there's a swinging shot of this and that, and I'm not going to go into that much detail for you. If
Yeah.
you want a better image,
because then
watch
this
the show.
because then
Yeah.
this video would be 5 hours.
No, this video would be us watching the show.
Yeah, that too. Yeah. What if we did that where we recorded us just watching,
Reacting.
not reacting, us like in this situation right here where we're talking about it, like what we did with the JoJo OVA. where we had it on and we were kind of just talking about it while
We gotta
we're
do that
watching it.
more often.
I think that would be.
I don't know. I don't know if we can really do that because honestly, we get too distracted watching it, and like we'll have a harder time listening to each other that way.
There might be
Well,
it
hey,
might be a way to figure.
In
that
all
out.
fairness, I will say this. In all fairness, considering it, it would be that you'd be watching that instead of your phone.
Something relevant.
It would
I mean,
be relevant.
I mean, he was relevant today. I did see a lot of characters from Bleach on his phone.
Yeah.
Very,
Anyway.
but not drawn by Kubo.
You asked what's next.
What's next?
I've just checked. We're gonna have a part 1 about it, but we got another show to replace Bleach until it comes back.
Ooh, what is it?
The tease is that it is made by the creator of One Punch Man.
Ooh. All right. Well, thank you everybody so much for watching. If you liked it, subscribe for more, and we'll catch you next time. Anything to add, Jinsu?
No.
Bye. If you want to see more of our content, you can find our YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter on our Linktree at linktree/greenvillains. That's linktr.ee/greenvillains.